Rivenspire's always been plagued by them.
Yeah!
Might I have a word with my husband's new best friend? Today is a fortuitous day indeed for Rivenspire, though I fear other kingdoms within the Covenant may not be so lucky. I know that my husband considers you to be his champion, but I wonder if you might be willing to assist his queen as well? I have heard troubling news from Sentinel. Rumors say that enemies from my father's past have returned. I wrote to him right away, of course, but as everyone knows, King Faharajad can be slow to respond. Still, I fear for his safety. Necromancers. Their kind has not been seen in the Alik'r Desert for years, but that only makes them more dangerous. If you can go to Sentinel and just ensure all is well, it would be a relief. I have made travel arrangements, if you are willing. Look for a ship called the Don Posset offshore at North Point. The first mate, Elvira Dere, should be waiting for you on the docks, ready to leave for Sentinel. When you get there, just make sure the city is safe. Only visit my father, if you wish. Of course. I'm relieved already, just knowing that you will go. If there is any trouble there, I know my father could use help, whether he wants it or not. I'm sorry, I digress. You said you have a question. Of course. My father is King Faharajad. My brother Azah, my sister Lakana, and I were raised in Sentinel. Then one day, my father told me he had to marry me to this mad, young king of Wayrest, Emmerich. I was furious, of course, but I came around. My husband has many admirable qualities, and one of them is a hopeless optimism. He rarely takes action until a problem has at least been confirmed. As I said, I have only heard rumors of trouble in the Alik'r. Hopefully it is nothing. When I was very young, there was a necromancer, Satura. He raised an army of the dead and marched on Sentinel. Though my people will not fight the dead, somehow my father won the battle. If Satura has returned, though, it would be very bad. No, it is a matter of faith. Our people believe that desecrating the dead, even if they have been risen, is a terrible dishonor. This is why a necromancer in Sentinel would be a very bad thing, and why I am concerned for my father's safety.
Yeah!
Hey there. You the one Queen Maria bought passage for to Sentinel? All right. I'm just glad you didn't bring along a chest full of luggage. We got to row out to the Posset in this little dinghy here. Real glamorous, eh? As long as you don't mind rowing. Captain Mark already let me do all the rowing on the way in. Such a gentleman. Yeah, I wouldn't expect any rowing from him. We're ready whenever you are. Just say the word and we'll push off. Well, the captain's convinced we still haven't shaken that string of bad luck that started back in Stormhaven. That's a load of dung, though. We got a new crew and a new ship, the Dawn Posset. What more does he want? Beats the oblivion out of me. Hey there. You the one? Then let's get the oblivion out of here. Come on, Captain. It's your turn to row. All right, you lovers. Time to cast off. Well, we're here all right, but I'm not sure I'm going to be getting off the boat. In fact, I say we just put right back out to sea. Oh, you bet your arse there is. Queen Morea's messenger said she had heard rumors, and I guess they were true. Or something. Go talk to Captain Mark. He actually walked a little ways down the dock. Better he tells you about it himself.
Zombies. Hordes of the damned things. Of all the ports in Tamriel, why this one? I sailed all the way across the Iliac Bay, and I need a glass of grog. I shared a drink with some unsavory characters, but I draw the line at zombies. I think I'll stay off the docks for now. You can't smell their soggy, rotting flesh? Just walk down the causeway there. You'll see them. Damned army of them. Question is, why aren't the Sentinel guards doing anything? Nah, I've seen a few of the bootless louts skulking around, behind crates and such. Someone needs to go grab one of the guards and ask what in oblivion's going on here. You up for it? There you go. Give the guards a kick and tell them to get to work. I've got cargo to unload. If the guards can't help us, look for the dockmaster. Maybe he's got half a brain. Unless the zombies have eaten it, of course. How do you think I make a living? I buy there, sell here. It's what I do. All legitimate, of course. Picked up a load of timber in Wayrest. It'll sell for a pile of coin here. It better. Of course, lost the ship at the Koglin Lighthouse, and the crew moved on. I'm lucky Elvira stuck around. We bought the Dawn Posset in Wayrest and took on a new crew. Good people. We're due for a streak of luck after this.
I have the ship's security well in hand. You'd do best to deal with the dead on these docks.
Waka's breath. Too many. I can't take it. You might want to get back on your boat, seafarer. The dead are crawling from the sea and they have overtaken the docks. There is nothing to be done. We just have to pray to Tuwaka that they wander away. Zombies? Oh, such a crude term. These Ranetu are the remains of sailors who shipwrecked off the coast. We respect our dead here in the Alik'r Desert. Even those who died at sea are honored ancestors. We do not fight them. We would be cursed. No. You are an outsider. These are not your ancestors. And as such, there is no dishonor in striking them down. No curse. Oh, but the fact that the dead have risen at all, it is terrible. We have strict laws. This should not happen here. I do not know. And I fear we have only made the situation worse. We thought we could contain them. We built barricades and tried to herd them away, but it was to no avail. Now I fear we are in even greater danger. You might want to get back. Zombies? No. I do not know. My fellow guards will not strike the Ranetu either. Jesmin, Pirjin, and Emidal. I fear for their lives. Please find them and send them away. Then meet at the warehouse. The Dockmaster hides there, and he may know the cause of all this.
No! Go away! They're going to find me! I don't want to die! No, none of us are. The Ranitu are going to kill us all. It is not fair. I am too young to die. I just want to run away.
Yeah.
More was mercy. What have I done? I was just trying to defend myself, and now I have committed the greatest dishonor and brought a curse down upon my family. This Ranetu caught me. He was trying to bite me, to eat me. I tried to fend him off, but he jerked, and his head ran against my blade. It wasn't my fault. What am I going to do now? But what about stopping this Ranetu from getting into the city? What about the other guards? I cannot simply abandon them, can I?
Yeah.
Great Ruptka, if this be not your will, send me a sign. Wait. Who are you? What are you doing here? Blood and honor. I have always had faith, but never have I... You are here to fight the Ranetu? Praise Ruptka. I was prepared to dishonor myself, but he sent you. I will go then. Gods be with you, my friend. Is the way clear? Finally, Someone who's not afraid to do the dirty work. Someone to clean up my docks. I watched you from the window until I heard those necromancers downstairs. But I thought Mujad was coming here too. Did you see him? Damn. The poor bastard. I told them. I told the guards that they were going to have to fight back. It is one thing to be superstitious. But when the Ranetu are attacking the city, it's time to put the superstitions aside. No, we're not all so hung up on our beliefs. Can't ignore the tradition, though. Not unless we want fruit thrown at us, or worse. Regardless, right now, I'm just glad Tava's winds guided you here. Someone to get the Ranetu off the damn docks. I do. I overheard the necromancers. Their leader is calling the dead from the sea with some kind of dark ritual. If you can disrupt the ritual, the dead should... well, they should drop dead. Or at least stop crawling out of the water. That I do not know. I heard them mention the warehouse at the west end of the docks. Maybe the ritual is there. Wherever it is, you have to stop it. Then tell Captain Saphira. Tava...
Yeah. 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 You will die, and then rise again to serve me. Advance! Yeah!
Yeah!
The Ranetu have returned to the sea. The docks will soon smell of dead fish again, instead of dead people. And you, right off the boat, and you slay the necromancer? Surely Tuwaka sent you to deliver us from this difficult situation. I am too. It has been many years since the plague. The Ranetu have... I am too. It has been many years since the plague of necromancy visited our shores. Though I am relieved the docks are clear, the events of this day are extremely disturbing. I wonder if you know how completely we are in your debt. Alik'r warriors fear no evil, but they will not fight the undead. It may be a superstition, but it has been tradition for centuries. I could not have convinced my guards to break it today. I'm afraid not. There was just no easy solution. Perhaps to call everyone inside the castle and lock the doors? King Faharajad would not have liked that. Of course, the king will be extremely disturbed to hear what has befallen her regardless. I did not want to send word to the king until I was certain necromancy was involved. Now, though, he should be informed right away. I must stay here and oversee the cleanup. You are the one who turned the tide here. Will you inform the king as well? Thank you, Seafarer. It is better if I remain here to supervise as best I can, but I know the king would want to be informed of what has befallen us as soon as possible. The dead are sacred. It is what the people of Alik'r have always believed and always will. Just as we respect our elders, so do we respect our ancestors. It would be dishonorable to strike them, and might even cause one to be cursed. These dark arts are not practiced by our people, but yes, we have experienced the plague of necromancy in the past. Fighting these plagues has always required great sacrifice. Those who have fought the dead have been dishonored, cast out. Most people here deem them to be sacred law, not superstition. Even King Faharajad must respect our customs. If he were to ask his people to disrespect their ancestors, his rule would swiftly come to an end.
Yeah!
Taking the chasm was necessary, but by the soul of Tuwaka, I would prefer never to have to fight over ground like that.
Yeah! Yeah!
Welcome to Sentinel, Wayfarer. If you've come about the docks, rest assured I already know. I regret that you visit during such times. But perhaps your arrival is fortuitous. Perhaps the gods guided you here to help us fight the Withered Hand. Necromancers, practitioners of the most vile magic, and the bane of the Alik'r Desert. It has been many years since we faced such a threat. I hope the rumors about this group, the Withered Hand, were untrue. But today's events prove otherwise. Several years ago, a diabolical necromancer named Satura led an army of undead against me. Satura was defeated, but the rumors suggest his sons have returned for revenge. They are calling themselves the Withered Hand. Undoubtedly, but I suspect the attack at the docks was merely a feint. I fear the Withered Hand is planning something far worse. That is the challenge I now face. The people of the Alik'r Desert, Even those in Sentinel are superstitious. They believe that striking the dead carries a terrible curse. For them, it is an act of dishonor. That is why I need you, Wayfarer. Then your visit is fortuitous indeed. My own son, Prince Azar, has been investigating the rumors about the Withered Hand. He is a bright young man, but he needs help. First, though, I would ask you to inform General Thoda of what has befallen. Yes, that is likely. General Thoda is my chief military advisor. He is also a practical man who places security above superstition. He is resting at his home after returning from Alik'r, but I need his counsel on how to proceed. General Thoda is a trusted advisor and a good friend. He has heard the rumors about the Withered Hand, and he can help us. Tell no one else, though. People remember Satura, and hearing his sons have returned could cause a panic. It's quite a tale, and I cannot do it justice now. But the battle against Satura was the most difficult of my life, both in military and political terms. It was the Ashaba who saved us. They had the thankless task of fighting the undead. The Ashaba. Where do I begin? They walk among us, but only in shadows. People believe they are cursed. They are dishonored warriors, bound by the sacred oath of their forefathers. They must fight the dead when called upon to do so. I have not called on them. I've even disregarded their warnings. You must understand. The common people despise them. To call on them again might cost me the crown. That is why I must rely on you, Wayfarer. Yes. The greatest threat the Alik'r faced from the undead was in the First Era, when the Okudan rulers were still establishing a foothold here. That was when the Ansei wards were created. They are our greatest hope, for no matter how great a threat the Withered Hand may pose, they cannot even compare to the necromancers of the First Era. The wards contain the spirits of 3 Ansei heroes who sacrificed themselves to protect us. They uphold the covenant with the Divines. As long as we consecrate the dead in the name of Tuwaka, they cannot be raised by even the most powerful necromancy. Thus, the Withered Hand can only raise corpses that have not been consecrated. It is not an ancient Yokudan custom, but a tradition that developed in the desert. Human remains decay slowly here, and our people came to believe their ancestors' corpses were sacred. To harm one would draw the ancestors' curse. Of course. You see, the culture of the Alik'r evolved around this ideal. Many of us today realize that exceptions must be made. But in my position, to ask my soldiers to strike down the dead would cause an outcry, and possibly lead to rebellion.
Yeah!
What do you want?
Yeah!
Yeah! Yeah.
You. I know you from Alik'r. You roughed up so many of my bravos. Tamriel is a small place, after all. I just returned from Alik'r myself, back in my chair, drinking my wine with my wife. Wait. Please tell me you're not here to disturb me. No! You realize what this means. Not one moment of relaxation, not one. And damn it, I thought this talk about the withered hand was just rumor. Are you sure this is true? The Sentinel docks? The nerve. But it sounds like something those motherless dogs would do. I tell you, Uwafa and Alasan might just be more dangerous than their father. Uwafa and Alasan are the sons of that old bastard Satura. They're calling themselves the Withered Hand as a fear tactic. I knew them when they were boys. They're the same age as Prince Azar. Speaking of whom, we should inform him as well. Exactly. He knows more about this business than I do. That's for sure. If you'll go round up the prince, I'll have to find some way to explain to my wife why I'm leaving again. Then we can all meet at the palace. My guess is that he's with the girls at his seraglio by the north wall. I know what you're thinking, but it's not because the prince is some kind of ladies' man. The girls help him gather information. Perhaps he'll already know what's happened. My hope is that Prince Azar might have a lead on where Uwafa and Alasan have set up their headquarters, or better yet, what they're planning next. Regardless, these are things we should discuss at the palace. We all do. Satura was one of the king's viziers, kept his little hobby a secret. Then one day the king came to meet his viziers and found them all dead. The real surprise was when Satura ordered their corpses to attack. That's how it started. I tried to train them in swordplay. Uwafa and Alasan along with Prince Azar. Those two had no interest, though. I would always catch them torturing insects and animals. The prince, he hated them. And they hated him right back.
Yeah!
Help me turn my luck.
Buying, selling, trading!
Yeah!
I should have tried to stop them. I'm sorry. So sorry. What have I done? It was a nightmare. These savage men burst into the Seraglio. They struck down the guards and even sweet little Rohiba. And then they took the prince. Please, would you go after them? You have to. No, yet another way in which I failed. I should have followed them out into the street. I'm such a fool. Maybe someone else out there saw them. Maybe they can tell you which way those men took the prince.
Someone help! They took him! The prince. Someone help! They took him! I saw them running. They went west.
I need help. Yeah. That way. They went that way.
They took the prince. Down the path. Hurry!
I tried, but they got me with their evil magic. They took the prince. Down there. I think it leads out of the city. Please, go stop them.
I don't recognize you, but under the circumstances, I'm certainly glad to make your acquaintance. You will be well rewarded for assisting me. I can promise that much. Ah, so you do know who I am, then? Did my father put you up to this? Is he keeping tabs on me? Well, I shouldn't be so accusatory. If he was tracking me, then I guess that turned out to be extremely fortunate. I don't wish to seem ungrateful, but you should know that kidnapping me was just a distraction. The Withered Hand. They've been planning this for years. If only we had heard the rumors sooner. At this point, I don't think we can stop them. from tunneling into the Impervious Vault. This tunnel was just one of their attempts. It's a brilliant plan, really. The gates of the vault have been magically sealed for centuries, but underneath, the vault's apparently not so impervious. Undoubtedly, they're hoping to steal the Anse wards. With the wards, Wafa and Alisan could become unimaginably powerful. It could be bad. Really bad. Even if we can't stop them, we have to try. We should get back to the palace and tell my father. Let's head south. There's a ladder leading up into the city. Thank you for meeting me. Indeed, I am sorry. I am preoccupied, to say the least. I need to go and warn the guard about the Impervious Vault. If you would relay the news to the king, though, I would very much appreciate that.
Word has reached me of what happened at the Seraglio. I should have seen this coming. Please, tell me you found Prince Azar, and he is safe. I told Toda you'd come through. I had a feeling about you, right from the start. Tell me, though, where is Azar? And was this the extent of the Withered Hand's plot? Or do they presently plan some further insult to my family and my kingdom? Blade's Edge. How could they? Would that actually work? If they get into the vault, they could steal the Anse wards. And then, we must hurry. We have to stop them at all costs. I can take guards to the Impervious Vault, but we're going to need help from the Mages Guild. As much as I hate to admit it, only they know how to unseal the vault. Will you go to the guild for me, Wayfarer? When you reach the Mages Guild Tower, speak to Gabrielle. She understands the need for discretion. I will meet you at the Impervious Vault. Tawaka watch over you, Wayfarer. Let us hope we can keep the Anse wards from falling into enemy hands. Of course. If you were not raised here, you would not know. The Anse wards were created centuries ago, the first time necromancers threatened the people of the Alik'r. They were created to protect us from the risen dead. Or perhaps the protections are not so evident. The Anse wards maintain our covenant with Tuwaka. If we consecrate our dead, those dead cannot be raised. Thus, the Withered Hand can raise only unconsecrated corpses. Our priests perform the consecration ritual at funerals. But if the corpse is lost, this is not possible. Additionally, Satora was also fond of murdering people and raising them right away. I assume the Withered Hand is doing the same. It would be unthinkable. With the Anse wards, the Withered Hand could raise our most honored ancestors. Legendary warriors who were heroes in life, but would be most terrible enemies in death. That is why they must be stopped.
Yeah.
Hey, I know you. We killed that crazy old necromancer together, Angoff. Remember that midnight talisman we used to break into Cathedral? I still can't believe that worked. So I don't suppose you need help with something fun like that. Are you joking? I've been wanting to take a crack at that place ever since I heard the name. Wait a minute. Did Simone put you up to this? Why would the king want to break into the vault? Necromancers? Ansei wards? Fascinating. Count me in. So we just need to break the seal? I know. Let's try this. Go to the bazaar and get flamestock from Lucien and Worm's headcap from Ninaba. Then meet me at the vault. This could work.
Take your time and browse, my friend. I'm sure you'll find I have what you've always wanted. Take your time and browse, my friend. This is for Gabrielle, isn't it? She's a regular. In a city like Sentinel, we Bretons have to stick together. I have some in stock. You're welcome to them. Don't worry about payment. I know Gabrielle's good for it.
Welcome to Ninabon's Emporium of strange and wonderful things. Can I interest you in a lizard catching net? Or perhaps a trained lizard? Flame stalks, tasty treats. They help with indigestion. For a lizard, at least. You're not a lizard. What do you need them for? For some spell with Gabrielle, I bet. And she doesn't even like lizards. Oh well, just take them. But she owes me. Oh, you must mean Monkey. Yes, he is adorably large, isn't he? I'm afraid I spoil him. Only the best bugs are good enough for my monkey. She's quite smart, aren't you, Monkey? Quite a little smarty. Yes, it may seem odd, but it makes sense to me. From the time I could walk, I wanted a pet monkey. I pleaded and begged, but my father always refused. Monkeys are arboreal, he said. I still don't know what that means. One has to start somewhere. Monkeys are terrific. Everyone loves monkeys. And if I can't have a monkey, a lizard's the next best thing. You know, sometimes I wonder how my life would be different if my father had only given me a monkey.
annoyance is this?
Aha, perfect. Say though, you didn't happen to pick up a few giant's toes while you were at the bazaar, did you? That's fine. Giant's toes could make a bigger gap in the seal, but they're probably hard to find here anyways. These should do the trick, I think. Worm's head on top of the flame stalk, or flame stalk inside the worm's head. Oh, absolutely. It's only one person going in anyways. Without the giant's toes, I could only open the seal so far. Of course. Vaharajad thinks that one person should be you. He wants to talk to you first, though. Go on up. Sure. I just need a minute to think about how exactly to word this. Gotta, gotta... Go on. I'll be right up.
If we are too late, the implications are unthinkable for all of Alik'r. I've prayed to Tuwaka, Stindar, and even Akatosh. Though I do not hold them sacred, I will pray to the Yokudan gods as well, just in case. Your hope is contagious, Wayfarer. I am pleased that your road has led you here. General Thoda is not a man of faith, but even he agrees your coming seems more than a coincidence. If only one of us can enter the vault, I think it should be you. I cannot adequately express my gratitude. You must be careful, though. Azar believes the Withered Hand is far more powerful than we realized. Uwafa and Alisan in particular. If you see either of them, I suggest you exercise extreme caution. I pray that we are not too late to stop the Withered Hand. And with the same breath, I thank the gods for guiding you here. Tuwaka watch over you, Wayfarer. Here comes Gabrielle. Are you ready?
Stand back, Your Majesty. I'm not sure how the vault will react. I hope this works. It worked. Go quickly. I don't know how long it'll stay open.
They've broken into the vault. Stop them, fools! Get the Ansei wards out, now!
You are not marked with the corruption of undeath, nor those that foster it. You are not aligned with them, are you? You sought to protect the wards? Praise Tuatha. That means there are still living those who oppose the menace of necromancy in the Alik'r. Hearken closely then, for my spirit cannot abide here long. We sacrificed ourselves to create the wards, and through them we have protected the consecrated dead. But the wards have fallen into corrupted hands now, and we are powerless to stop them. You must recover the wards. I do not know. My sight is weakened, and my presence is tied to my ward. They have taken it far from here. That is why I am fading. Find the wards. Bring them back. Tuatha be with you. We will meet again.
That took longer than I hoped. It's hard to be patient when I know the fate of my kingdom is at stake. Tell me you have good tidings. Or did they escape with the Anse wards? Damn it all! Thoda said Satura's sons were dangerous. That's certainly true now. With the Anse wards, they can raise an army faster than I can. We have to stop them. We have to send Uafa and Alisan to join their father in oblivion. I've done everything in my power to avoid calling on the Ashaba, but I no longer have a choice. We must have their help to recover the Anse wards. I would avoid contacting them directly, however. Will you be my envoy, Wayfarer? We must find the Ashaba. We need their help.